But do you want to hear the honest truth what it
Yeah.
talks about? If you're a young professional, if you're someone that you're trying to climb the ladder, you're trying to get there, you should not date someone that is unemployed or that has that mindset. It's as simple as that.
Hi, it's time for Tech Talk on Africa Tech Radio. My name is Lillian, and you can call me your brown sugar. Joining me today is a finance advisor, a tech influencer, and so many other things we're going to be learning today. And of course, you've seen him on Instagram, on YouTube, everywhere. He's in our faces, and of course, for a good reason. Cypher, y'all. Hi, Cypher.
Hi, Lillian.
How you doing?
I'm good. Nice to be here.
Well, it's nice to have you here. But I know I've introduced you, right? I've talked about your name, but I want you to tell me about yourself. You have like 30 seconds to introduce yourself in your own words. That's good.
Wow, that's really strong. Okay, let me see. I tell stories, I review stuff, and I love making content.
You tell stuff. Okay, we're going to go into. I said 30 seconds, and he took like 3. We're going to go into other aspects of Cypher that you might not know. I'm very curious because there are some techies who have like amazing other sides of them, and some, other regular people who have tech sides of them, but we don't know about it. But let's go into why we're here today. We're actually here to review 3 smartphones, right? And have a chat. All right, let us dive right in, shall we? I want to talk about the Note 30 VIP. We're going to see a phone that has that name VIP. Wondering what is it, right? But we're going to be comparing it with 2 other smartphones from Samsung and Redmi. So let's start from the very beginning. I want to know why you got into what you're doing right now. You are a finance advisor, and then you're a tech influencer. You give us tips and tricks on different devices, which has been really helpful to a lot of people. So why did you go into that line?
Okay, for tech, I think I stumbled onto it. It's funny.
Please let me know the story.
Okay, so while I was in school, I worked for BlackBerry. So part of my job was giving tips about the BlackBerry phone. Mostly we use BBM. BBM, yeah. So basically, I did it for like 2 years. I graduated, then I stopped. I went into 9 to 5. I did PR. So doing that for some years, back again. I was always that person in the family, like, oh, my phone has a problem. Oh, I want to buy a laptop. Oh, those kind of stuff. So I ended up coming back to it. Then for finance, I've seen Shaggy.
In what sense?
Like, I'm that person that I always want to try something. So I've made mistakes, I learned from it. So why not help?
In finance, investment, or what? What kind of
starting a business, investing, basically everything I tried and I learned from it. Then I read too.
Okay, so I said we're going to be having a review of 3 mobile devices, the Infinix Note 30 VIP, and I'm just curious, what other phones compares to this particular phone?
So not to be biased, I would say for that price range, 234,000. I don't think any phone can compare. But if we have to, let's say the Samsung A34 and the Redmi Note 12 Pro 5G. I think the A34 is 236. I know the Note 30 VIP is 233,900. Then the Redmi Note 12 Pro 5G. I don't like that phone. It's still within that range, 200 and something.
Okay.
But still, value for your money. I still go for the Note 30 VIP.
Okay. About charging, right? When you get a new phone, you plug it, and it's taking forever. To be full. 1, 2, you might have issues with, accessibility. Where can you find a cord that fit? Just a lot of problems that surrounds charging. What's the comparison there?
Okay, for charging, let's see. The Note 30 VIP has a 68 watts charger. Comes with wireless charging too that can go up to 50 watts. So I think that wins it. Charges really fast. I think it takes 45 minutes from 0 to 100.
You said a wireless charger?
Yeah.
The kind that you put at the back.
Yeah,
right?
You don't need to use a cable. You just put the device on it. and I think it has the fastest for that price too.
Wow.
For A34, slow phone. 30, it comes with 25 watts charger. Takes like an hour plus to charge. Redmi Note 12 Pro 5G. That one is fast. It comes with a 67 watts charger. Doesn't have wireless charging, but charges really fast.
In terms of waterproof rating, see, we're Nigerians. No matter how much you tell me that my phone is waterproof, I'll still be skeptical because there's a particular phone that I saw waterproof on and we used it in the pool, but that was the end of it.
Which phone is that, please?
I don't want to I don't want to mention names, but that was the end of that phone. It became like literally blind. So let's rate it in terms of waterproof nature of those phones.
Note 30 VIP has IP53 rating, which is dust and waterproof. A34 has full waterproof. I think you can immerse it for 20-30 minutes.
Like real for real. Have you tried it?
It's just to swim.
Have you tried it?
I did the drop test.
But you have not
in
immersed it for
water.
30 minutes.
I didn't use it to swim, so I can't I can't vouch for them. Redmi Note 12 Pro has the same IP rating with the Note 30 VIP, dust and waterproof. So yeah.
Speaking of waterproof, there's this thing they say about phones. If you put it in salt water, that cancels it. But if it's in fresh water, it's actually going to stay put. Is that true?
Yeah, what do you call it? Mostly the IP rating is for swimming in normal water. It's not for swimming in Atlantic Ocean.
So in my line of work, I'm a storyteller. You said you're a storyteller as well, and you always use a camera no matter what, whether it's a mobile camera or it's a camera, like these ones that we have here. In terms of camera quality, how would you rate this phone?
The Samsung camera is very bad. A34 is so bad. I think they intentionally made it bad for the A54 to sell. The Note 12 Pro, those ones, I think they made it for Chinese people. It's not good for black skin.
Oh,
I told you my mouth is bad.
That is something that we should even think about. When you're making mobile phones, you're not making it for everybody, right? We're in a dark place, you cannot see us. Justice for black people, but go on.
Then for the Note 30 VIP, I think they took their time with that. It's not flagship camera, but it is one of the best for the price. Like while I was doing my review, I told someone to help out and I took pictures of the person. Showing the person was like, wow, that's how good it is for the price.
For that alone, I'll just like snatch it off your hands and take it home. I hope you don't mind.
You will pay.
You like money.
I give finance tip. What do you think I talk about every time?
You should teach me how to save my money, not taking money out of me all the time. Come on now, Cypher. This now is to do something.
The word, I'll do something.
I could remember back then when we had terrible pictures and videos. Like if you could go back to see some of, I store a lot of things on my phone. I have 2007.
I mean, your Facebook wall is
you don't want to go there. You don't want to go there. You can see me doing. So back then we had terrible picture quality, but then we thought it was great, right? But then you see that it had like 2 KB, 3 KB kilobytes and stuff. But as these phones evolved, as we got smarter, the camera quality became better, like amazing. So did the space these pictures and videos require, right? I'm taking a picture, but I'm seeing storage full, and I'm watching a video, but it's lagging. So in terms of the RAM and the internal memory and the RAM, the speed and everything, how do these phones compare?
I think they are, the 3 phones we listed, I think they're kind of similar, except the RAMs. So for the storage, the Note 30 VIP, the A34, the Note 12 Pro, that's the Redmi Note 12 Pro, they all come in 128 and 256 variants. Now for the RAM, Note 30 VIP has a big RAM. Comes with 12 gig. It's expandable to 9, so that's 21 gig.
Oh.
So the A34 comes with 8 gig and 6 gigs variant, and I think it's expandable to 5 gig. While the Note 12 Pro comes with 8 gig RAM, still expandable to 5. I'm not sure about that one, but I think memory fusion is 5 or 6 gig. But from the whole 3, I think the Note 30 VIP is the biggest. 21 gig RAM, 12 gig inbuilt, 9 gig memory fusion. It's one of the biggest for that price. So as I said, the storage, the three phones, they are all similar. But what's really, really exciting about them, I think the chipset. So for example, now the Note 30 VIP chipset is like, pardon my French, it is crazy. It's that strong. Like, I think if we want to compare it to other devices, like, it will sound like I was paid for this. It's that good.
Wow.
Like, for example, it comes with an 8050 chipset. The benchmark score is about 600,000. The A34 comes with the MediaTek 1080. The Note 12 Pro comes with the same chipset. They are lazy 2 years old chipset. I think their benchmark score, I'm not sure of this, but their benchmark score are low. I think it's like 400 or so. Now, explaining benchmark scores. So the way it works is the higher the score, the stronger the processor. The three of them are all 5G processors, but when you are someone that you use your phone a lot, when you play games, it's a lag. So comparing the processors, the chipsets, the Note 30 VIP is way ahead. Like,
You're talking about chipsets. Imagine I don't know anything, right? And this is the first time I'm even hearing that there's something called a chipset on the phone. What is the role of a chipset in the mobile phone?
oh, the chipset is like the powerhouse of a phone, from camera to processing to your daily use. So buying a phone with the right chipset is very important. For example, brands like iPhone, if they release a new phone, they can spend 2 hours telling you about that chipset. They'll tell you A14, A13 Bionic chip. It does everything. You hear people say, I buy a phone, in 2 years it's lagging, it's giving me headache. It's the chipset. So with the right chipsets, you are getting the right phone.
How would I know the right chipset?
There are apps that can actually give you scores, as I said, benchmark score. There's an app called Benchmark. It will give you various tests on that phone, then score it. So video, gaming, 5G processing, high graphics, everything that would wear that phone off normally. So they'll test it and tell you, okay, this is a good processor, this is not. So it's as simple as that.
Okay, benchmark score. Check that out. Moving on, you mentioned something about 5G. So see, 5G is has been a thing of discourse in the world. People attributing it to a lot of crazy things, but now the world is actually embracing 5G. Even though here in Nigeria we have not even seen the full potential of it.
True.
But comparing these phones in terms of 5G network, how do they compare?
I think they all have the same 5G band.
If a phone has 5G, does that mean that everything A does, B will do, C will do in the same capacity?
So some have a higher 5G. There's the, how I put it? So like there's the entry 5G. Yeah, then there's flagship phones have a higher 5G band. Then there's still, what they call it? You know the way they have LTE and there's mobile network.
Okay.
So there's still, let's say for example, the entry level 5G can be capped at 1 gig per second, while the higher version can go as high as, let's say, 5 or 3 gig per second, like really, really fast.
How will I know the one that I will be parading your phone and you're with a 5G phone? How will I know the one
they are, for example, now when you're buying, they're always specs, so you can actually tell. But most of the phones that we're using now, they all have the same 5G band.
And they'll just parade themselves.
I know the flagship phones, like proper flagship phones, they have higher bands.
I'm now skeptical. Is my phone actually a 5G phone? I'm a big audio fan. I've been listening to podcasts, I've listened to 80 Hours podcast, I listen to this podcast, everything. And movies, when you're watching movies, of course, if the sound is not good, it's not good. So in terms of audio, how do they compare?
In terms of audio, the A34 has a surround speaker. Redmi Note 12 Pro has a surround speaker too. But the Note 30 VIP has a JBL Tune surround speaker.
Please explain what that is.
So it just means JBL took their time, partnered with Infinix, and tuned the speaker to be one of the best in its price range. Or let's just say one of the best, because better sound, better surround sound. You can actually enjoy music, gaming. Just feels like you're in the theater. While
Wow.
the other two devices just have they just have bottom and top speakers that are average.
I wouldn't want to be those other mobile devices right now. In summary, right, we've talked about the battery, we've talked about the camera, the RAM versus internal storage, and the ROM and every other thing, processor, chipset. Which would you consider a better buy?
It's obvious. It's a Note 30 VIP. It's more like if you want value for your money, because basically every phone brand has fans. Personally, I'm a fan of a phone brand, but when you want to spend your money and you're looking out for, okay, what's value for my money? Which phone will I buy for this price that will give me that flagship presence? It's a Note 30 VIP.
Are you reading Note 30 VIP now?
Yeah, sure.
I like to see how it looks.
I need Infinix used to pay me for this because I'm loving this phone too much.
You're loving it too much. I don't even want to give me to feel.
You can't buy your own.
Emotional, damn it. All right, you've heard it. You're looking for a new device to buy, and you understand all these things he said, right? If you don't understand it, watch it again until you do. And he has said that the Note 30 buy will be the one to select. So, thank you very much for that. But before we go, I want to talk about you, right? Are you ready? You are a financial advisor,
Yep.
right? I said you're going to give me advice. Please give us some financial tips on how to sustain ourselves with our salaries and not, finish it before it comes in.
For Nigeria now, I'm not sure there's any financial tip that can help your life.
Ow!
But there's a but. Now, I think budgeting can help. It sounds simple, but it's the only solution.
Okay.
So, for example, now, let's say someone is earning 150k a month. You have no. This is rude, sha, but you have no business going to party or hanging out weekly. That budget should be thinking transportation. There should be entertainment, sha, but the entertainment budget should be like 30%.
So once a month, kind of.
It's not all about that. You can just go and chill. It doesn't mean you're buying food for everybody or you're going to overpriced places. So you have to save. You have to pay for the basic. Then entertainment should be small. Then transportation and the rest. That should be your own focus. It's when you're earning. The way Nigeria is now, except you're earning 7 figures, your flexing has to come
So,
down.
in other words, if you're earning 150,000 naira and below, and you have a babe,
She will be fine. She should go and work out.
you have no business going out.
You can't be going out
every
weekly,
weekend.
except the turn up is all those kind 4, 5, 6k. But if it's proper turn up that we're talking 50k above, how do you want to do it? Are you a thief?
Are you? Ask yourself that question, and this is just telling ladies that if you know your significant other's financial capabilities, before you start asking about some money, oh, my hair bone straight, you have no business with bone straight.
Yeah, I saw a video. I think was it this morning? A pastor talking about a priest. He was talking about. It was really funny. It was like young people are pressured to do different things. That if a girl tells you to buy something for her that you know you don't have the budget for, she asks her, does her father use it? It's as simple as that.
Wahoo!
So, for example, now the example you gave, if the girl asks you for an iPhone 14 Pro Max, ask her what phone does her father use.
So she should not ask anything
If her
more
father
than
doesn't use it, she's not
what
getting
if the father doesn't just use it just because he's a very modest man?
and the father should buy it.
Oh, see, by that, a lot of guys will still, suffer it because there are men who are loaded.
But do you want to hear the honest truth?
Yeah.
Nobody talks about. If you're a young professional, if you're someone that you're trying to climb the ladder, you're trying to get there, you should not date someone that is unemployed or that has that mindset. It's as simple as that. Because you're hustling, the person should hustle too. 2 income will make it work. 1 income will not. No matter how rich you are, 1 income
That
will
is
make
something a lot of people are looking at leaving the country, but they don't know the reality of living outside Nigeria. It means that the bills are going to be
Sure.
split. You're nothing like, oh, I'm going to be sitting down and be taken care of. Let's go into something, fun. What apps can't you go without? Like, no matter what, if you're deleting to save space and stuff, you cannot touch these apps.
I think first to be my email app. I need that one at all time. Then maybe Instagram. Then maybe an editing app.
An editing app.
Yeah, maybe CapCut or something. And what else? Let's just say that 3 for now.
Hi, Cypher.
Hi, Lillian.
Thank you very much for taking your time to do this comparison with us. I know that normally on your platforms it's just short, but you took your time to explain it like talking to a toddler, because I know I'm very young.
I actually enjoyed it.
Oh my gosh, did you hear that? I'm blushing. Thank you, really. And you've heard it. It is Tek Talk on Africa Tech Radio. My name is Lillian and you can call me your brown sugar. We've had conversations about some devices. We compared 3 devices actually, Infinix Note 30 VIP, and we did that comparison against a Samsung and a Redmi brand. So it was an amazing conversation. Do not forget to follow us on Africa Tech Radio. On Instagram we are at A Tech Radio, and what's your handle?
I am Cypher.
I am Cypher. See how you just so casually about it.
I like easy things.
All right. Check us out on YouTube and on all streaming platforms for our podcasts.